In today's world, we're really dependent on screens. And the most of us are users of social media. Like if you're watching this YouTube video, you are a social media user. And a lot of social media platforms such as Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube are dependent on short little videos that contribute to a declining attention span in heavy social media users. I think any teenager can say that they felt a drop in their attention span and they felt very hyperactive, um, like in their teenage years, because we've been so dependent on screens, especially during lockdown. Our whole lives revolved around screens because we weren't allowed out of our houses. So, what I'm trying to say is because we are so dependent on screens, it's resulted in a decrease in our attention spans. And with this comes a lot of hyperactivity because of our decreased attention spans. Now, we have been exposed to such a heavy amount of screens for for like a shorter duration than I feel the Gen Alpha kids are predicted to be exposed to. Because think about it, it gets more. I mean, the usage of screens in our life is becoming more and more predominant as the years go on, which means these Gen Alpha kids are already exposed to large amount of screen time. I'm so sorry, right? In restaurants, they every kid is like carrying an iPad nowadays, or at a family function, I see all of the young kids on their parents' phones if they don't have somebody to run around with. Every child is addicted to screens. So they're going to start showing these hyperactivity systems much earlier. And here's where I'm going to tie in ADHD. Now, I have my DSM with me. I know that the DSM is criticized for being overly objective, but I think that it's objective for a reason. Let's go to the ADHD page. There are criteria A to E for diagnosing ADHD, but skipping over all of the symptoms, I'm going to read diagnostic criteria B, which says several inattentive or hyperactive impulsive symptoms were present prior to age 12. So this is the differentiating factor in where we can detect ADHD in like kids my age, I'm so sorry, like teenagers or adolescents or whatever versus like actual Gen Alpha kids, because the majority of us are showing ADHD symptoms after being exposed to screens during lockdowns, which were like early teenage years or teenage years for a lot of us. And this shows that this criteria would be marked as negative, criteria B, because our symptoms are not from before the age of 12. They developed after we've been exposed to screens. But kids with genuine ADHD struggle from a young age. And it's very, very evident if you've met anybody with ADHD when like they were a child. But the thing is, ADHD is a neurocognitive disorder, which means you will have it from childhood, right? So these kids who don't genuinely have ADHD are going to start showing hyperactive symptoms before they're 12 years old because of the crazy exposure to screens. And this is not going to be good at all because a lot of these kids are going to be put on meds, or people just don't realize that a lot of these symptoms of ADHD just come from being chronically addicted to screens. And I like to say symptoms because people are exhibiting symptoms of ADHD. They don't actually have it, which is the crazy part. Like, you could exhibit all of these, but it's kind of unlikely that you have it if you haven't showed symptoms from a young age. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about how screens are making us go crazy, and I just wanted to talk about how like the immense impact that using screens in our daily lives have on us as humans. We are not adapted to have such heavy exposure to screens. Like, our eyes are adapted to literally see visible light, not blue light all the time. So that's definitely going to have some long-term impacts as well, and especially for the Gen Alpha kids. I'm so worried about them. But I honestly think that everything in the world heals itself. Like, the earth is just made that way, but I feel like that doesn't mean that we can still carry on living the way that we do. Like, we need to put a limit on these things before they get too out of hand. All right. I'm so sorry for being gone for so long, guys. I feel really bad. I've just been so out of it lately, but I really, really, really hope that I can be here 100% and keep posting for you guys because I really love you guys. And I do have a lot of other things I want to talk about, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, comment if you have any counterclaims. I love talking to you guys if it's not creepy comments. And yeah, did you notice anything different about me? I'm wearing my old earrings. I love them so much. Alright, I'll see you guys. Bye. Mwah. Love ya.